I am one of the 90%. I failed as a business owner. I've read and watched way too many lists with regurgitated surface level information when it comes to the topic of business. So today I thought I would share a story with you guys of a business that I started and subsequently closed. And I'm happy that I had that experience. You can't fail if you don't try. But if you don't start, you may always wonder, what if? So I'll take you back to January of 2022. Things were going well in my life. I'd been a homeowner for a few years. I had a number of years with good yearly raises, and I had picked up a passion for automotive detailing. Not only did I spend hours in the garage meticulously detailing mine and my wife's cars, I also had a few friends come by and pick up my services as well. I had learned to polish cars and do ceramic coatings, as well as your typical maintenance washes and interior cleans. I thought to myself, well, I pretty much have everything that I would need to start a business. So I paid an online service to set up an LLC, and off I went. I then went out and bought a bunch of new products to just make sure that I had everything that I needed. I wanted to be able to offer multiple packages at varying price points to make sure that I had an offering for just about anybody. This leads me to point number 1. Do it yourself. There's any number of services out there, especially when it comes to being a business, that you could pay and somebody else will provide you a service and claim to save you time and money. But there is something to be said for doing it yourself. You can learn a lot, and it provides a sense of ownership right from the beginning. Things will take time, and that is okay. I had this grand vision in my head that I would be open for business and have a line of people waiting around the corner for my services. It's very easy to get caught up in the moment, and my advice is just don't. Take a step back, assess the situation. In my case, I should have used my traditional training as a project manager and engineer to assess the situation and the risks of what I was getting myself into. But sometimes passion trumps logic. Fast forward a few months and I had 2 paying customers. And then COVID hit. COVID brought a world of difficulty to the automotive detailing industry as a whole. Not only was there a lot of misunderstanding initially about how the virus was transmitted and what surfaces it stayed on and for how long, but cars are unique that their interiors have many different surfaces. There's plastics, there's glasses, there's leathers, there's suede, there's cloth, etc. All those surfaces and all those different materials are difficult to disinfect properly. There definitely wasn't anything on the market at the time that showed up as a disinfectant cleaner that was safe on all car interior surfaces. One of the best ways to disinfect car interiors is by steam. That was one more machine that I did not have and wasn't going to purchase. COVID also obviously brought issues in the broader world. My professional life, merit raises were canceled, furlough days were enacted, so my salary was effectively reduced. I watched my discretionary spend fund that I had been using to fund this business basically evaporate overnight. You might see where this is going. Point number 2 is manage money meticulously. Now, my money managing skills were not up to the task, but here's what I learned. Don't buy things unnecessarily. Keep your services simple. Don't waste money on marketing materials. Social media is free. You could create a YouTube channel, an Instagram, a Facebook page, and all of these are great ways at getting your business's name out into the world. You don't need flyers or business cards or pamphlets or whatever in this day and age. Plus, using these free social media tools lets you tap into your creativity. You get to come up with different ideas, ways to implement your products into new trends if you want, or just sit here and do talking head videos. This presence on social media, though, lets your customers see a different side of you, a personal side. You can share your passions and why they should choose you over someone else as you make content and develop your online presence. Enough months went by with no customers, no leads, and I watched the recurring business expenses like insurance trickle out of my bank account month over month. I had to make the decision to close up shop. Ultimately, this LLC was dissolved in the same year that it was created. Like so many people with small business dreams, mine did not turn out the way that I expected. But I'm not all down on this experience. There was plenty of positives and I learned a lot. Sure, it sucks that I had to close my business and didn't really get to fulfill my dream of being some amazing auto detailer at a professional level. So the hardest part of all of this is just starting. But would I have learned any of this if I didn't start? No. Am I glad I did this despite being a failure from a business perspective? Absolutely. From a personal perspective, it allowed me to grow in many ways and realize some of the shortfalls that I had. But I also got to look into the mindset of a business owner. I've taken this knowledge and been able to apply it to a number of different situations. If I had to do it again, I would. And if there's a remote chance, even ever so slightly, that what you want to do could make you happy, then you have to do it. Just start. Now, this video is timely with me starting a YouTube channel. A lot of people say, treat YouTube like a business. Get started from the get-go, put out some videos, understand what you're doing, then scale up. Hire an editor, blah, blah, blah. I've learned that lesson once already and ended up with a bunch of auto detailing supplies that had to get thrown away at the end of the day and was wasted money. So, while I really don't like the editing process, and it's probably the thing that I like the least about doing these videos, I am not going to go run out and hire myself an editor. I'm going to stick to my advice. Do it yourself. Manage money meticulously. And the hardest part is starting. So as I'm here learning as I go on YouTube, you can check out one of the other videos for some more experience-based opinions. Until next time, later.